Good morning, students. In the previous session, the topics which are covered from straight lines are rest motion, distance displacement, speed, velocity, different kind of speeds and velocities, and the graph between velocity and the time, displacement and time, and also we discuss some applications belongs to velocity and displacement, and also we covered the applications belongs to average speed. Now in this session we are going to discuss the equations of motion and their applications, that is equations of motion for a body moving with uniform acceleration, equations of motion in the case of freely falling body, equations of motion in the case of vertically projected body. We know the equations of motion for a body moving with uniform acceleration. If the velocity as a function of time v is equal to u plus at and displacement as a function of time s is equal to ut plus half at square, velocity as a function of displacement v square minus u square equal to 2as, displacement in nth second s nth u plus a into n minus half. So strictly these equations are applicable when the body moving with uniform acceleration only. It means these equations are not applicable when the body moving with non-uniform acceleration. Okay. Now we are going to discuss some applications belongs to equations of motion. First one is, let a body is starting from rest moving with uniform acceleration. Starting from rest means whose initial velocity is 0 and moving along the straight line with uniform acceleration a. Let s nth be the displacement in nth second, sm is the displacement in mth second. Okay. We know sn equal to u plus a into n minus half. If the body is starting from rest whose initial velocity is 0, so Sn equal to 0 a into n minus half in nth second a in by 2 into 2n minus 1. Say it is equation 1. Similarly, in mth second sm equal to a by 2 into 2m minus 1. Say it is equation 2. Okay. Sm minus sn, a by 2 by taking common, 2m minus 1 minus 2n plus 1. So sm minus sn is equal to a by 2 into 2 into m minus n. So acceleration a is equal to sm minus sn by m minus n is the expression for the acceleration. And second application, if s is the displacement in n second, sn is the displacement in nth second. Okay. If the body traveled starting from the rest, displacement in n second, displacement in nth second, from s equal to ut plus half at square. Here also initial velocity u equal to 0, s equal to half a n square. S n is equal to u plus a into n minus half. So S n is equal to a by 2 into 2n minus 1. So it is equation 1 and equation 2. Sn by s is equal to a by 2 2n minus 1 by a by 2 into n square. So Sn by s is equal to 2n minus 1 by n square. So this is the second application, the ratio of displacement nth seconds to n seconds. Next, third application belongs to equations of motion starting from rest. Let a body starting from rest and crosses the point x with a velocity u and point y with a velocity v. What is the velocity at the midpoint? Let v dash is the velocity at the midpoint, s be the displacement between x and y or distance between x and y. So v dash is the velocity at the midpoint, so that s by 2 and s by 2 distance from midpoint to x, distance from midpoint to y. So this is the first case and this is the second case. In the first case, from v square minus u square equal to 2as. So v dash square minus u square equal to 2a into s by 2, say it is equation 1. Similarly, v square minus v dash square is equal to 2a into s by 2, equation 2, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, v dash is the velocity at the midpoint. Let us consider the velocity of the body gradually increases such that v is greater than v dash is greater than u. From equation 1 and 2 right side equal. So v dash square minus u square equal to v square minus v dash square. So 2v dash square is equal to v square plus u square, v dash square equal to v square plus u square by 2, v dash is equal to root over v square plus u square by 2. So this is the expression for the velocity of the body at its midpoint. This is the another application. Next, let us consider a bullet is fired from a gun. A bullet is fired from a gun with a velocity u, and it strikes the plank of thickness x such that its velocity is loses by 1 by nth part of its initial velocity after traveling a distance x or penetrating through a distance x, such that at this point its velocity u minus u by n. Okay na? Then how many such planks required to stop the bullet? Okay na? It means whose final velocity becomes 0 or the bullet brings to rest. A bullet fired from a gun with initial velocity u strikes the plank. After penetrating through a distance x, its velocity loses 1 by nth part of its initial velocity, then number of such planks required to stop the bullet. So, from equation of motion v square minus u square equal to 2as, during first case u minus u by n whole square minus u square equal to 2ax, say it is equation 1. In second case 0 minus u square is equal to 2amx, where m is the number of planks. Equation 1 by equation 2 we get m is equal to n square by 2n minus 1, where m is the planks required to stop the bullet. Okay na? Similarly, in this case a bullet is fired from a gun with a velocity u. If its velocity becomes 1 by nth part of its initial velocity, its velocity becomes 1 by nth part of initial velocity. In first case its velocity decreased, second case its velocity becomes, and next case belongs to the same topic. If the bullet is fired with a velocity u, after traveling a distance x, if its velocity becomes 1 by n times of its initial velocity, that is u by n, here the velocity loses 1 by nth part of initial velocity. Here the velocity becomes 1 by nth part of its initial velocity. Then number of such planks required to stop the bullet, that is whose final velocity becomes 0. Here also from equation of motion v square minus u square equal to 2as, u by n whole square minus u square equal to 2ax, say it is equation 1. In second case 0 minus u square is equal to 2a mx, equation 2. So, equation 2 by equation 1 minus u square by taking u square is common, 1 by n square minus 1 is equal to 2a mx by 2ax. So, minus 1 by 1 minus n square by n square equal to m. So, m is equal to n square by n square minus 1, where m is the number of planks required to stop the bullet. Okay na? In first case its velocity loses 1 by nth part of its velocity. In second case whose velocity becomes 1 by nth part of its initial velocity. Here the number of planks required m is equal to n square by 2n minus 1. Here m is equal to n square by n square minus 1. And another application from the same concept, let us consider a bullet is fired from a gun with a velocity u. A bullet is fired from a gun with a velocity u. It travels a distance x such that it loses 1 by nth part of its initial velocity. Now, further distance travelled before coming to the rest. We required further distance travelled before coming to the rest. Here also from equation of motion v square minus u square equal to 2as, u minus u by n whole square minus u square is equal to 2ax. Okay. Say it is equation 1. In equation 2, 0 minus u square is equal to 2a into x plus y, equation 2. By solving equation 1 and 2, we get y is equal to x into n plus 1 whole square by 2n, where y is the distance travelled by the bullet before its final velocity becomes 0. Okay na? A bullet is fired from a gun with an initial velocity u. It strikes the tree or plank, travel through a distance x such that it loses 1 by nth part of its velocity. Okay na? Further distance travelled before coming to the rest is y, then y is equal to x into n plus 1 whole square by 2n. And also from the same case, if the bullet is fired from a gun with an initial velocity u, okay, whose velocity becomes 1 by nth part of its velocity after travelling a distance x, okay na, and it travels further distance y before its final velocity becomes 0, okay na. Here loses 1 by nth part of its velocity, here becomes 1 by nth part of its velocity. So again v square minus e square equal to 2as u by n whole square minus u square is equal to 2ax. Say it is equation 1. 0 minus u by n whole square is equal to 2a y, equation 2. Okay na? By solving y is equal to x by 2n minus 1. Okay na? Or in the second case, 0 minus u by n whole square is equal to 2ay, equation 2. Okay na? So equation 2 by equation 1 we get u square by n square into, by taking u square is common, 1 by n square minus 1, 2a y by 2a x. So minus 1 by n square 1 minus n square by n square is equal to y by x. Okay na? So y is equal to x by n square minus 1 is the distance travelled by the bullet before coming to the rest. Now we discuss another application. Let us consider a particle moving with uniform acceleration alpha for a time t1 seconds and deaccelerates beta with t2 seconds. If v maximum is the maximum velocity of the particle, we know when the graph is drawn between velocity and time t, the slope of the curve gives acceleration. Let alpha be the positive acceleration, beta be the negative acceleration. Okay? So it accelerate for t1 seconds with alpha and deaccelerate for t2 seconds with beta, where t is the total time of journey and this is the maximum velocity of the particle. From the diagram, slope of OA alpha is equal to V maximum by T1. Similarly, slope of AB beta is equal to V maximum by T2. From this T1 is equal to V maximum by alpha and T2 is equal to V maximum by beta. Okay. The total time of journey T is equal to T1 plus T2, where T is the total time of journey. So T is equal to V maximum by alpha plus V maximum by beta. T is equal to, by taking V maximum common, 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. Then maximum velocity of the particle alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T. So from the graph, the expression for the maximum velocity alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T. We know the area under the graph gives displacement. We want to calculate the displacement of the particle during its journey. Displacement. So displacement S is equal to area of the graph. Okay. So area of base into height. Okay na? Base into height. That is T1 plus T2 into V maximum, base into height. So S is equal to of T1 plus T2, V maximum into 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. Otherwise, T1 plus T2 is T into V maximum alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T. So displacement S is equal to half alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T square. So this is the expression for the displacement. Okay na? We can write S is equal to half alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T square is the displacement, that is area under the graph. So here we calculate total time of journey and maximum velocity, okay, and displacement and the average velocity. Average velocity is nothing but a S by T is equal to half alpha beta alpha plus beta into T. So V average is equal to V maximum by 2. So these are the different parameters come from this application. And our next topic is acceleration due to gravity, equations of motion in the case of freely falling body, vertically projected body and their applications. Acceleration due to gravity. So what is meant by the acceleration due to gravity? We are familiar with the acceleration due to gravity in various applications. So it is the uniform acceleration acquired by a freely falling body due to earth gravitational force of attraction. So the units of acceleration due to gravity same as acceleration, that is meter per second squares and CGS unit centimeter per second square. Dimensional formula L to power minus 2. It is a vector quantity. Towards the ground it is taken as positive, against the ground it is taken as negative, and at the center of the earth its value is 0. So acceleration due to gravity changes from place to place. So on the earth, nearly its value 9.8 meter per second square. Okay na? On the moon, its value g by 6. Okay. So we know the shape of the earth elliptical in nature, that is the equatorial radius is greater than polar radius. Also g value varies with radius of the earth. So the value of acceleration due to gravity at the equator 9.78 meter per second square, and at the poles its value 9.81. In some of the books we have 9.83 meter per second square. So its value changes from planet to planet, and its value is constant at any point on the surface of the earth, at any place on the surface of the earth. Okay na? Now we are going to discuss the equations of motion in the case of freely falling body and vertically projected body. We know the equations of motion for a particle moving with uniform acceleration. V is equal to u plus at, and the second equation s is equal to ut plus of at square, and third equation v square minus u square equal to 2as, and the last one displacement in nth second u plus a into n minus half. So these are the equations of motion when a body moving with uniform acceleration. Okay now. Now we are going to discuss in the case of freely falling body. So in the case of freely falling body, initial velocity of the body is 0. Let a body is dropped from certain height h. In the case of freely falling body, u equal to 0 and a equal to plus g. Since the body moving towards the ground, a is positive. So the first equation v is equal to gt. Second equation s is equal to or h is equal to half gt square, and third one v square is equal to 2gh or v is equal to root over 2gh, and fourth one Sn equal to g into n minus half. So these are the equations of motion in the case of freely falling body. Here also we have different kind of applications. For example, first application, let a body falling freely from certain height h. Okay. Let A and B are the 2 points in its path. Okay na? The freely falling body reaches the point A in t1 seconds, while it reaches point B in t2 seconds. Then the separation between A and B. Okay. So in the first case, the body reaches point A in t1 second. So from s is equal to ut plus half et square. Say s1 is equal to half g t1 square. Okay na? s2 is equal to half g t2 square. Okay. The separation s is equal to s1 minus s2 or s2 minus s1, g by 2 into t2 square minus t1 square is the separation between 2 points while crossing A and B. First application. Okay na? Next, another application. Let us consider a body falling freely whose initial velocity is 0. Let A and B are the 2 points in its path. A is at a height from the first point, that is h1, and B is at a height h2 from the initial point. Now the time taken to traveled from A to B is t. Okay na? We know S is equal to ut plus half at square. In the case of freely falling body, S is equal to half gt square. Let h1 is equal to half g t1 square. Similarly, h2 is equal to half g t2 square. So t1 is equal to root over 2h by g. Okay. Similarly, t2 is equal to root over 2h2 by g, where t1, t2 are the time taken to reach the point A and time taken to reach the point B. Now we require the time difference. T is equal to t2 minus t1 is equal to root over 2h2 by g minus root over 2h1 by g. T is equal to 2 by g into root h2 minus root h1. This is the another application. Okay. And next, in the case of freely falling body, initial velocity is 0. The ratio of displacement in 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. S1 is to, S2 is to, S3 is equal to 1 is to 4 is to 9. Since S is equal to half gt square, S is directly proportional to t square. Okay na? So the ratio of displacement in 1 second, 2 second, 3 seconds. In the first case t is equal to 1, second case t is equal to 2, third case t is equal to 3. Then the ratio of displacements 1 is to 4 is to 9. And the ratio of displacement in consecutive seconds. Consecutive seconds means in first second, in second second, in third second is 1 is to 3 is to 5. That is in nth second g into n minus half. Okay na? So where n1 is equal to 1, n2 is equal to 2, n3 is equal to 3. By substituting, we get the ratio 1 is to 3 is to 5. And the another application. Let a stone is dropped into a well, nothing but a freely falling body. The time taken to reach the surface of the water, T1 is equal to root over 2h by g. Okay na? It is released from a height h. Once the stone is touches the level of the water, a splash of sound heard by the person. The time taken to hear the splash of sound, time is equal to distance by velocity of sound. The total time to hear an echo, T is equal to T1 plus T2, that is T is equal to root over 2h by g plus h by Vs. Next, another application. A water drops is detached from the tap at regular intervals of time, touches the floor one by one. The time taken by the first drop to reach the ground, T is equal to root over 2h by g. Okay na? And the time interval between two successive drops, T by delta t is equal to t by n minus 1, the time interval between two successive drops. Okay na? And the ratio of time intervals between two successive drops is nth drop n minus 1th drop. Okay, next n minus 1th drop, n minus 2th drop, n minus 2 and n minus 3 are in the ratio 1:3:5 and so on. That is the ratio of displacements in successive intervals of time. Okay na? So this is another application belongs to freely falling body. Next application in the case of freely falling body, that is, let us consider a body falling freely such that whose initial velocity u equal to 0. We know displacement in nth second in the case of freely falling body g by 2 into 2n minus 1. Similarly, in n plus 1th second, g by 2 into n plus 1 minus 1. So n plus 1 g by 2 2n minus 1 plus 2 we can write. Okay. So Sn plus 1 is equal to g by 2 2n minus 1 plus g by 2 into 2. We know already g by 2 into 2n minus 1 is Sn. Sn plus 1 is equal to Sn plus g. In n plus 1th second, the displacement of the particle is Sn plus g. Every second, the displacement added with the value of g. Similarly, in n minus 1 second, Sn minus g. Okay. We know from first equation of motion v is equal to u plus at. In the case of freely falling body, u is equal to gt. Say it is equation 1. T seconds. In t plus 1 second, g into t plus 1. So t plus 1 is equal to gt plus g. So t plus 1 is equal to, we know gt is nothing but a v plus g. Here also, when the body moving towards the ground, for every 1 second, the velocity added up with the value of g. Similarly, t minus 1 second, v minus g. Okay. So these are the applications belongs to a body falling freely. And our next topic is equations of motion in the case of vertically projected body. Consider a body is projected vertically upwards with some initial velocity u. So we are projected the body against the ground, so a equal to minus g. Okay. From equation of motion v is equal to u plus at. In the case of vertically projected body, v is equal to u minus gt, and we know s is equal to ut plus half at square. Let h be the displacement travelled by the body in t seconds. H is equal to ut minus half gt square, and v square minus u square equal to 2as. We know in the case of vertical projected body, v square minus u square equal to minus 2gh, and the final equation Sn equal to u plus a into n minus half. So Sn is equal to u minus g into n minus half. So these are the equations of motion in the case of vertically projected body. And also we are familiar with the words time of ascent, time of descent, maximum height. So what is meant by the time of ascent? The time taken by the body to reach maximum height. Okay na? So what is meant by the maximum height? The height at which the final velocity of the vertically projected body becomes zero. The height at which final velocity of vertical projected body is zero. We know h max equal to u square by 2g. And time of ascent and time of descent u by g. Time of ascent is nothing but a time taken by the body to reach maximum height, and the time taken by the body to reach the ground from the maximum height is called the time of descent, and time of flight t is equal to ta plus td, that is 2u by g. Here also we are having number of applications in the case of vertical projected body. Let a body is projected vertically upwards with some initial velocity u. H is the height attained by the body. If v is the final velocity, okay na, after t seconds, then velocity after t plus 1 second is v minus g. In this case, every second the velocity decreased by the amount of acceleration due to gravity. Okay na? In t minus 1 second, v plus g. Similarly, the displacement in n plus 1th second is s minus g, displacement in n minus 1th second s plus g. So these are the converse applications compared to a freely falling body. Okay. So these are the equations of motion, and some of the applications belongs to a body projected vertically upwards from the ground. Next application belongs to a body projected vertically upwards. Consider a body is projected vertically upwards. Let P be the point is at a height h from the ground. Now the body crosses the point P during upwards motion in t1 seconds. During downwards motion it takes t2 seconds. Now from equation of motion, s is equal to ut plus half at square. The point P is at a height h. In the case of vertical projection, ut minus half gt square. Okay na? So we can write h plus half gt square minus ut is equal to 0. So gt square minus 2ut plus 2h is equal to 0. It is in the form of quadratic equation, x square plus bx plus c. We know sum of the roots t1 plus t2 is equal to 2u by g. Velocity of projection from this equation, u is equal to half g t1 plus t2. Product of the roots, t1 t2 is equal to 2h by g. Height of point P from this equation, h is equal to half g into t1 t2, and the maximum height attained by the body, h maximum is equal to u square by 2g, that is h max equal to u square. Okay na? So 1 by 8 g t1 plus t2 whole square. This is the one of the application belongs to a vertically projected body. Okay na? A body is projected vertically upwards. Let the body crosses the point P during its journey in the upwards motion, take t1 seconds. In downwards motion, take t2 seconds. In the case of vertical projected body, A is equal to minus g. So height attained by the body or displacement of the body h is equal to ut minus half gt square. It is in the form of quadratic equation. We know from mathematics sum of the roots t1 plus t2 is equal to 2u by g, and from this equation velocity of the projection u is equal to half g into t1 plus t2, and product of the roots t1 t2 is equal to 2h by g. From this equation height attained by the particle half g t1 t2, and the maximum height attained by the body h maximum is equal to 1 by 8 into g into t1 plus t2 whole square.